stop the Alpha quite a bit. But if you're really going to go for the neutral objectives, maybe that's the pick. They go for a bit more skirmishing power, though, in the Joy. And Arashi, Joy's been nerfed quite a bit. You know, I think every patch since her release has been gradually nerfed. nerf, into the biggest nerf, which was the last one, where you no longer have the CC immune when you use the electrifying beats. And I think that was a great change, by the way. Just want to put that out there.
Joy is such tremendous. And I mean, you as a marksman player, me as a mage player, we are so happy that is the case, man.
Realize the marksman too, so
yeah.
Oh yeah, all three of us hate
We're
Joy.
shaking hands now. We're the Joy Victims Club. but I have seen Joy mostly picked now in XP lane where she would go the glowing one and with the Vengeance as well as a pick. But now, the draft index here, Arashi, what do we look at now?
I'm looking immediately at the fact that there are no purifiers in the hands of Team Liquid, man. That is dangerous. This is a Minotaur in the hands of Keyboy, right? It might be more aggressive than you would expect. Man likes to make plays. And we talked about how the Valentina in the hands of Sans can still play make, so they gotta be really careful here without a safety net.
Here we go, the Cavalry now looking to recharge the Sky Kings. Will they be able to fight back, or will the Sky Kings conclude it with a 2-0 in the opening match of MPL ID Season 14?
That's a weakness finder on the Roger, by the way. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, if King Gugun on the Joy can try to equalize this. Now we have another Assassin versus Assassin jungle matchup. Last time it was a marksman earlier in game number 1. So Kabuki, weakness finder, by the way, going for the weakness finder instead of the QC that we see a lot from as well.
Definitely going for something a bit more aggressive, attempting to really get the better of
super aggressive
of CW in the lane, but can topside the Vengeance already popped.
Which Vengeance? Lutpi's Vengeance or James's Vengeance?
Nobody knows, man. I mean, Richie also recognizes the danger, though. Going for the tenacity, even though he's on the mage, I think it's a wise move. I do that myself when I'm playing mages against a Harith, against a Nolan. More importantly, I think Kyrie on the Nolan here will have a lot of free reign to go up around, because who can really stop him right here? Maybe the stun from James, maybe? No way the final set will be used for a solo target. And for the Vexana, there are ways for Kyrie to outplay and dodge away from those spells, man. But look at
Yaoi. That's a flicker onward, and the Earth Shatter into the electrifying beats, and this time it's James who claims first blood. So TL still playing with what makes them special. First Blood Kings.
Clean execution coming there from Team Liquid ID, reclaiming that first blood back to their own pockets, but Kyrie fishing for something for himself. Meanwhile, JMZ is able to just neutralize the lane and play according to himself. Xiaoyi is just everywhere around the map now, just supplementing his plays. Final flash, but misses. Turtle now. It's going to be very important for Team Liquid ID.
Great damage, amazing zoning from James now, doing so much, and Luffy isn't even level 4 yet, so there's not going to be any contest for FANATIC. onic, a Team Liquid lead with the first turtle, but down below, this is the strong side for FANATIC onic at this point of the game with CW on the Harith.
And to look at the emblems as well for Lutpi, he has that the war cry to try and augment the damage, and later on he'll be able to actually proc that on multiple people. But I guess in a way it also lowers his laning prowess, right? Compared to something a bit more direct, like a Brave Smite to win out in the 1v1s. That may be why he seems to be a bit less YOLO as of right now. The ganks though, for the side of Team Liquid, is definitely something they have to try and keep in mind, because with the Earth Shatter and the Curse Blast combo in the mid lane for Team Liquid, they can immediately clear the lane in a single second, and you're seeing Yaoi being a lot more active because of it.
Hans though under pressure, good looking for a play, and this could be another collapse coming in from FANATIC onic and Team Liquid ID.
Able to escape. Yaoi still has a Primal Wrath, decides to pop at Lutfi. Still in the midst of it all, gets caught in the Curse Blast. Now James walking forward, another Vengeance there, but is Fury gonna knock him up? No! He flickers out to safety. Kyrie with a fracture, but it's not enough to take him down. King Gugun now walking down in towards the enemy jungle. Kyrie zones him away, and both teams decide to disengage for now. But now Gugun enters the enemy jungle again to steal that creep away from Kai.
This time around, Team Liquid ID, they have a lot of disengage tools, you know, the Vengeance coming in from JMZ as well, and they are much more tanky compared to FANATIC onic. So Kyrie so far hasn't been able to just assassinate the players of Team Liquid ID. More tanky this time.
Oh no, Samon force places it into the wrong direction. Still though, CW gets out. Luckily, this is a nerf Joy.
And it's still doing that much damage, man. And for Gugun here, showing up on the Assassin once more. I think for Kyrie, the problem is, again, the only real target he has right here is Richie. everyone else on his team can't really set up with a big amount of crowd control to guarantee the fracture. And even the gold lane, right? It's a Roger and Kabuki, so he's a lot tankier than you would expect from the usual mid laners. So I think his potential here, his threat, is kind of nerfed a bit by the drafts. But when it comes to clear speed, he still has a bit more of an advantage. But Guggen is keeping up really, really well.
Yeah. Now, could be a total take for both teams. It's Fnatic onic. This time around, they have enough damage, but looking for a play is Yaoi.
Earth Shatter onward, and now they combo together with the final slash and Eternal Guard. Taint CC. Keyboy taken down. Goku still winning the entry battle despite it all. Good vengeance by Lippy, soaking in damage right now as Kabuki jumps in with the Lycan Pound, steals damage and takes Lippy out, but now gets caught all alone. Tries to go with the Lycan Pound. CW gets rid of him. Good re-engaging, and Richie trying to get that Terrify down. It's a winning fight for Fnatic onic, and now they go on Richie. Fracture. Not enough to take him down, not just yet. Guggen forcing Kyrie to back away. Fight for Fnatic onic, objective for Liquid.
Guggen is relentless, and so is Kabuki, but Kabuki in too deep with that pounce, and he gets punished for that. And if you let your guard down this time around, Fnatic onic could just burst you down with the damage they have all in their lanes.
Guggen already has the Starlium at this point, so even more burst available. Here's a game fact by our application GoPay though, but wait a minute.
Doesn't have the vengeance.
It's gonna be okay. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. But a game fact by the new application GoPay. This is the debut of Thamus in MPL ID Season 14 before last being used by Lanaya in MPL ID Season 12. Now talking about Thamus though, the main idea of this XP laner is to use damage, but wait a minute.
Yeah, stolen Eternal Guard, Yaoi! Everything and the kitchen sink thrown! That is 4 ultimates! You can count it as 5, you know, you can kind of cheat, but after their Eternal Guard catching him! We're gonna be taken down. Fnatic onic. They got a good pick there, but they stayed so long.
This is layering that Team Liquid ID should be doing since game number 1. You have JMZ as the main initiator, and then you have Richie coming in with the Eternal Guard. So, you know, you have that utility, you have that CC layered upon Fnatic onic. They can't even move, and you get a pick. This is how Team Liquid ID, you know, are inclined to play.
Right now you can see from the items, growing one rush for Richie here. Gonna lower get some more damage, but also lower the regeneration coming in from the side of Fnatic onic. Especially they're against, because they're up against a Thamus and a Minotaur, and a Harriet technically, and a Valentina. A lot of value for this growing one pick. But that means that Richie needs to be a bit more careful with the mana management, right? Only relying on the Impure Rage here to try and get some mana sustained. onic make a play for the turtle once more. I think this time they have more of an edge. They're pushing Team Liquid back.
They've taken back control of the game. It's a 1,000 gold lead. Good wave push here. A shove in the mid lane from Kabuki as they set up for the mutual objective. And still it's Lippy who's holding it down. Everybody else more concerned about the setup first.
They have to set this up as well, and we're talking about how Fnatic onic only has one initiation tool, and that will be in Keyboy and Sands. But Sands, he needs a good ultimate. He has the primal breath, not the final flash though.
Now taking Lippy gets chain CC. He has the vengeance down. Oh, Keyboy jumps in with his fury, catches them all. And now Guggen, even with electrifying beats, he can only just use it to run away. Kabuki goes in, but it's more to the Minotaur. I don't think that's worth it. Kabuki taken out. Richie's gonna be next on the chopping block. He does have the flicker, but now with the chase, Richie gets out. It's a flicker burnt down, and Fnatic onic, they've completely turned the tides around. Harry looking for it. As the dash jumps in, fracture! Just a pixel away from landing. Richie escaping with his life.
The slashes, the moves, and the weaves coming in from Kyrie have been excellent, and now Team Liquid ID, they evaporate in just one skirmish. That Fnatic onic was able to chase them down without even a proper and heavy initiation coming in from Keyboy.
It's a great play for Fnatic onic to really hold their cool right there. You saw that there were moments from Team Liquid that they were threatening. They were trying to force Fnatic onic to maybe pop an ultimate, pop a battle spell. But Ludpi being in the front, tanking the turtle, hang on to his ultimate, held on to his vengeance as well. And once they focused on it, once they committed, that's why he used it. With the bulk of the spells used onto the Thamus, with Keyboy coming in with the Minion Fury as well, that was just the perfect fight for Fnatic onic, and Team Liquid needs to understand that. When they were able to win the fight earlier, it's because they were able to actually focus Keyboy down before he was able to use the Minion Fury, and then they go in.
Yeah, the main initiation tool has to be discarded, eliminated. This time around, Keyboy is so good at hiding himself. just looking for a surprise play with the Minion Fury, with the Stomps coming in. So Team Liquid ID, an extra task in their own regard, in their own pockets now. Having to just deal with B-Boy Sans. The damage is insane.
That's ridiculous damage from Sans over to James. Down to a quarter of his HP. Look, he's getting taken very, very low. Still able to pop an ultimate Sans. I thought he stole the final slash with how far he was able to dash in, but he actually stole the Primal Wrath. He was just there to poke them down, and now FANATIC onic have all the resources necessary to go for the Lord.
We're talking about how FANATIC onic needs initiation, needs lockdown. They have it in the hands of Keyboy, but we underlook how Sans can also be the creative player to open up spaces, open up tight ropes for FANATIC onic. A free Lord in the hands of FANATIC onic. Team Liquid ID looking for a play of themselves.
Gogun comes in, carries the wins on the retry here, and that's going to be the knockup over to Yowie. With the Zaman Force placed down, James decides to go in with the vengeance, and he gets punished for it. Kabuki's still there, trying to deal damage onto Sans, but FANATIc onic, they can take as many hits as they want.
Insane plays from onic right there. Again, it's a really great team fight, but for Team Liquid, they're just confused on how they want to play this fight out. Who are they supposed to target? Especially if they want to match the damage output. CW already with a Holy Crystal, Starly, and Power Spike, doing way too much damage. And even for Sans, we saw that Valentina damage earlier, man, onto James, who is a frontliner. Half HP in one single spell rotation. That is something that you can't really ignore, man.
Steals the Lycan form to dodge away from the final slash. That sounds alright.
God damn. Fleet footwork from Gila Sans. And he is not even stopping his crazy plays so far. Team Liquid ID internally bleeding with the sieges coming in left, right, and center. Up and down turrets fall. As Kyrie looking for an assassination towards Kabuki. Kabuki hasn't been able to just show his fang and even deal out the damage expected from him.
For now, though, with FANATIC onic having limited range, you can see Sans trying his best to be a nuisance, to be a deterrent. But for the most part, they're kind of zoned away from the turrets. But look at this.
Only finds Keyboy, and Fury catches him. Now James going to be knocked up again, but the turret is still alive. Lippy is caught in the midst of it all. Now and James, with the vengeance, catches him, gets knocked up and disintegrated by Sans. Wow.
It was looking so difficult for FANATIC onic. They're caught in the base, especially with Lutpi just stuck trying to escape. But in the midst of all the chaos, they were the ones picking up kills right now. Ruben tries to defend, but look at that first damage!
Oh my god!
Who's the assassin? Now CW with the Zaman Force jumping back and forth, taking them so low and zoning them away. And he still has a Zaman Force to jump back and forth to siege the space turret down. Yowie looking forward with the armor. Kyrie dashes out. Keyboy gets a knockup. And CW wants to go for more. Sans in the back now with a splash, and Yowie can't take it. Sans still in the midst of it all, steals the Lycan form again. This time with the Zaman Force plays down. CW will be able to first kick Gogun down. And Sans catches him again. It's a double kill for Gila Sans.
My goodness me, we have a pseudo assassin in our own hands. And that assassin is Sans. Looks like he's playing an assassin, he's playing a mage, but it's all so elusive, so fast, so quick, so bursty as well. And this is the factor that Team Liquid ID has to be able to dodge. He's just so, unstoppable with the damage given.
And FANATIC onic knows that Team Liquid are so reliant on just getting that big combo. You're seeing that they're not allowing it at all. We haven't seen a single massive final slash into Eternal Guard combo that really wipes out the whole roster from FANATIC onic. With almost a 10k gold advantage right here. It's only 13 minutes, but there's been so much action around the map. It sort of doesn't feel like it. Now with Team Liquid kind of desperately going to try and get this Lord, can they make a play happen here? Or is the spacing from onic a bit too much? It doesn't even matter. They burst it down.
It's all clouded in covertness for FANATIC onic. They get the Lord for themselves. The cavalry weakening slowly but surely. And they can't even sprint anymore. FANATIC onic all around the map. And we talked about how Team Liquid ID, their main pathway is to layer up the CC. You get JMZ to jump in, and then you have Richie to follow up. But how can you do that if Sans is just slithering around like a snake? Untouchable.
Slithering Sans might be the new nickname given to him here with his performance. He has Lord Prot up top, and he will just get a few hits now. Yowie with the Primal Wrath doing a good amount of damage. Lippy will just siege it down in the bottom lane. 2 carries on it. They are able to deal with the Enhanced Lord, but they lose 2 base turrets in the process. As Sans walks forward again, steals with the Primal Wrath. James is looking for a play here, but FANATIC onic are just going to wait patiently for the next minion wave to come through. Sans with the splash once again. Keyboy with his fury and the flicker, only catching James. Yaoi able to onward, backwards again. Both these teams are really just playing around. King Gugun decides to go in. Now with electrifying beats as well onto Lutpi, but it seems it only tickles Lutpi. He's the one who dealt more damage to Gugun.
Oh my goodness. Unstoppable. Fnatic onic, they don't lose anything. And you know, for Team Liquid ID, the pressure so constant towards them. This is looking bleak for Team Liquid ID.
There's just no solution right here. If they want to go in, the Minotaur is there. And to make things worse, the main person in the front is never the Minotaur. The weakness of that Minotaur is the fact that you have a faceted Oasis. You kind of don't go for a full tanky build. Sometimes you're a bit more vulnerable. But when the front line is a Thamus, I mean, we saw even Gugun going in, and it was healing him. He's healing increments of 600 HP at a time. My friend, that is too much HP. Looking at his items right here. Look at that. Even the Queen's wings, man.
Oh my goodness.
Even if he was isolated, there's just so much reduction and built-in sustain. And on top of that, look at it. Oh man, it's full item builds for everyone. With the Sky Piercer for Kyrie, with the Divine Glaive on top of the Holy Crystal for CW on the Harith, man. It's just so much damage. And the main front line for the side of Team Liquid, I believe it's just, I guess it's the Arlet and the Edith, but it's just not enough at this point.
Sans is 3,500 gold ahead of Richie.
Yikes.
He's richer than Richie.
Wow. So he's not Richie rich.
He's not.
Not yet.
Not yet. But you can take a look as well.
He's Richie middle class.
Yo!
Right now, it almost feels like Richie, no items.
Richie, no items.
Richie, no items.
From rags to Richie's. But yeah, for Lutpi now, I feel like that healing that he has isn't even supplemented by the Oracle. Usually you would go for the Oracle for that extra healing.
Exactly.
And he doesn't even need it to get that maximum healing. Now I feel like this is going to be such a late question to ask. But how do they stop Lutpi and Sans here?
Oh, I don't know. How do you stop Sans there? Oh, I can form onto Gugun! Forces the retreat to be used defensively, and Sans just looks at them. He stands there menacingly, he walks to the wall! Sans is playing around with his food!
Wow!
And today he's gonna have horse meat!
That is not
them
okay,
down.
bro. That is just not okay. Sans, what is this man up to, man? Team Liquid. That is some demoralizing stuff. He's still doing it. He does not care.
He was walking to the wall, he didn't even have a destination!
He was cosplaying as a disconnected player.
It's his controller disconnected.
It's just a walk in the park for Sans. What is a horse to a wolf, and is able to just feast down on the players of Team Liquid ID. This is just passive pressure now, passive dominance coming in from Fnatic onic. Team Liquid ID clueless on what they have to do to neutralize the threat coming in from Fnatic onic. A fight down bottom.
Oh, Kabuki flickering back to safety. Kyrie's still chasing, going for Fracture, forcing Kabuki to go all the way to the fountain. Good Eternal God with the final stack displacing him. Keyboy now pops him in his fury!
Oh!
Keyboy finds 5! All 5 of the cavalry!
Insanity all around. And the Sky King still